Welcome, and wagwan. And we are testing out a loop today. I'll be honest with you guys. I tried to do this loop. I spent about 3 hours trying to get this loop to work in PvP, and I've got 3 hours of footage that you're never going to see because I never managed to pull off the combo. So instead, I'm playing again. I had to do the combo against the computer. The Talisman of Spell Sealing. While we've got a Seal Master Macy on the field, when you pop that, all spell cards are cannot be activated, and face-up spell effects are negated. So the idea is to get a Jinzo out, put an amplifier on him, and then the amplifier will allow us to play the trap card. Then the trap card will negate the amplifier, and then the Jinzo will negate the trap card, and then the trap, and then yeah. So like you'll see. We're trying to make a loop. This took me ages to complete. This combo took me so long to get done. I hope you guys don't mind it not being in PvP. I really tried, guys. Okay, so here comes the Jinzo. Look at that animation, though. Jinzo is such a cool boss monster. He's just epic. Yeah, man. Love Jinzo. Okay, so now all we need is the amplifier to get the combo to pop off. We're just going to get rid of the Stardust this way, and then we'll bring out the Jinzo. And now we draw the amplifier. Okay, perfect. Alright, so here comes the amplifier. So that now means... So Jinzo comes out. Negate the effects of all trap cards on the field. Right? Then we pump him with amplifier. And that makes him only affect the opponent, but we can activate traps. Then we pump him with Metal Morph. Then we activate Talisman of Spell Sealing. So this is what happened, and it was interesting. I was expecting a much bigger chain, but so this negates the amplifier, which means that Jinzo's effect activates, which means that the trap is negated, which means that the spell can activate, which means that Jinzo can't activate his effect, which means that the trap activates. So, yeah, and it keeps going in that loop. However, in the game, it resolves, and so Metal Morph is live on Jinzo, even though we've got this out. Which would mean that this should be negating this and this, but then obviously that means that it doesn't negate this and this, but then obviously that means that that should negate that. It just keeps going in a loop. However, it immediately resolved. There was no chaining of the abilities. It immediately resolved into having a 2850 Jinzo. So a failed experiment. I thought maybe we'll try it, instead of a trap card equipped to him, we'll try it with a spell card equipped to him. Okay, so here comes the Axe of Despair. So I put that on Jinzo straight away, because he could summon his Stardust Dragon. We get a Sangan, nothing helpful here. Nothing good here yet. I'm just letting him fill up his board now, and if he summons a Stardust, I can deal with it. Okay, so here comes the Talisman of Spell Sealing. That's what we need. And now all we need is Amplifier. We get it. Okay. So, Amplifier. Now we are able to activate Talisman of Sealing. We activate Talisman of Sealing, which means that Amplifier and Axe of Despair should get negated, but then Jinzo's effect will come into play, which will mean that negate all trap effects on the field, which would mean that these two come back into play, which would mean that Jinzo's effect is negated, which means that Talisman of Sealing comes back into play, which means that these two get negated, which means that Jinzo comes back into play, which means this gets negated, and it should keep going. Now, this is the difference though. It resolves at leaving him at 24. So, it looks like the Talisman of Spell Sealing is the one that gets priority in the loop. Now, there's one glaring thing that we could make clear, and if you're a fan of the TCG, then you'll know exactly what I'm about to say. It would be much better to show off this loop with something like a Snatch Steal. It took me hours and hours to get the combo to pop until I finally decided, you know what, screw it, I'm going to just play against the level 10. But once again, Konami says no. Konami goes, no, you're not allowed to have an infinite loop. You're not allowed to do what you want to do. You're not allowed to do cool, interesting combos. You're not allowed. We don't allow it. You know, we try and do an infinite loop. Every time we try and do an infinite loop, Konami comes in and goes, oh, sorry, mate, Wall of D. And they Wall of D us. Konami, man, stop activating your trap cards against me every time I try and do an infinite loop. Let me do an infinite loop. Please. Oh, no, to be fair, they're doing their job properly. They clearly play test all their stuff and make sure, and have things in the game that can't be exploited. Except what grows in the graveyard, which I still am very much enjoying exploiting. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Thanks very much. Only a quick one just to have a look at this loop. It don't work, once again, the Jinzo loop. If any of you have a suggestion for a video or for an infinite loop, anything really, I'd love to know what you think. I haven't got all the cards in the world. I've got a very limited amount of cards, but I'll try my best. If you guys have any suggestions, I'll have a little play around. Make sure you like and subscribe. Take care, much love, and I'll see you in the next one.